Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to the channel of chilled, relaxed plant content where we talk about our plants and we just try to grow them the best we can. If that sounds like something you're interested in, hit the subscribe button. Let's be plant friends. Today I am shifted so that I can throw up some pictures of plants that I wish I could grow, and I'm going to explain to you the reasons why I don't and can't grow these plants in my collection, and we're just gonna, maybe if you guys have similar views or anything like that, you can let me know in the comments below, or tips or tricks for some of like the ideas of how I would like to grow these plants if I could, you know. So anyway, the first plant I would love to be able to grow, first group of plants, they're all, I think for the most part, I'm looking at my list, groups of plants, and they are the Rex begonias. There are so many pretty and cool varieties of the Rex begonias, and every one I've ever tried has not made it. It has been a seasonal plant in my plant collection. It does well in the summer, and then that's it. It dries up, crisps up over all of the other seasons. It's just not enough, I guess, humidity. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, I've given up on the Rex begonias for now. I do have like a 10-gallon fish tank in my attic that I plan on one day bringing down and trying to set up as like a little terrarium, and I plan on putting some Rex begonias in there, but we are not there yet. You know, it's still in the thinking and thought process. It's not in the doing process yet, so I'm trying to figure out where I would put a 10-gallon fish tank first off. That's like one of the main issues. And then, you know, making sure I set up the tank and everything so that it holds humidity and the plants can grow, and getting a light that would work for that. It's a whole bunch of stuff I'm just not prepared to do yet. So yeah, the Rex begonias. Oh, I love them. I love all the different colors and the different shapes and the different like just textures even too of the different types of begonias. They really are so pretty. But it's just not yet. It's not yet. Another grouping of plants I wish I could have in my collection are the prayer plants. That includes like the marantas and a few calatheas. I'm not a fan of all of the calatheas. The big like orbifolia, I think, like doesn't do it for me. But like the dotty and the ones that are like the rattlesnake calathea, those look cool. I know they're a different genus name now, but I don't know it because I don't have any of those plants. So yeah. But the marantas I did have, and I really liked those plants. Those were cool plants to have. But for me, in my collection, in my setting, my environment, they're kind of only like seasonal plants also. They only do really well in like the spring and summer. And then there's just not enough humidity in my home for them to like live and thrive during the fall and winter months. They crisp up, they get like the curl of death. I'm thinking of trying those plants again, maybe, but having them as water plants, maybe that would give them enough. But I've had cuttings of those from like trades, and I've just put them in water and kept them in water, and those are thirsty plants. OMG. So I would have to figure out like a bigger vase or bigger vessel to put those in so it holds a lot more water, because I was filling up that little cup like every day, and you know, you skip a couple days on plant chores and that plant's already crisped up, rolled up, and dead. So yeah, maybe one day. But I don't want to buy a whole big plant. I want to get like, you know, a couple cuttings from all the different kinds, kind of like how I have my Aglaonema like bouquet water vase set up. That's how I would like to do the marantas, but I haven't gone to it. I think I'm ready to go into the doing process, the actual like collecting the different cuttings and getting a vase and all of that, but we haven't done it yet. So okay, so the next group of plants that I would love to grow in my collection, again, these guys I've had a couple of them, are the bush type philodendrons. I've had the Moonlight, the Prince of Orange, the Macaulay's Finale, the Black Cardinal. There's a couple others I've had too, but they take up too much like horizontal space. You know what I'm saying? and I just don't have the space for them. I don't have a good enough spot for them where I could put them where like my cats or dogs or nieces and nephews or boyfriends would get into them. Not like really, like the humans aren't really getting into them, but the animals definitely would. And my cats, any type of large pot that I would have, they think it's like a litter box, and it gets like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing it. So the large philodendrons, the bush-like ones, are just not something we do in my collection. But I really do like them. I wish I could grow those outdoors. Oh man, I would have them. I'd have a lot of them. The next plants or groups of plants, genus of plants that I would actually like to grow in my collection, but I just can't, are alocasias. I've had a couple of them. I've had the tiny dancers, the poly, and there were a few others that I had. I can't remember now. But I can never get them back from like dormancy. So I do dormancy because they just die, okay? They just die. I'm not sure if I like rot the bulb or like whatever it is. And I also don't want to have like a pot that's like just bare, you know, half of the year where I am, and then they sprout out in the late spring and they live for the summer, and then they're done for another, you know, 6 to 8 months. So yeah, but I go back and forth. I really like the big elephant ear ones that I see at Home Depot. They have one that's like a dark foliage one, like a black leaf and then a green leaf, a mixed pot. And I'm really tempted every year to get one, but I don't know where I would put it. And it would have to be an outdoor plant because, again, like I can't have that large of a pot in my home with the animals. It's not going to happen. So maybe one day, maybe I'll add that to like my little succulent arrangement and put them in the garage each winter, I mean. Maybe that would work. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, I have no alocasias. It would be really cool. Sorry, this is a tangent. If I got like corms from a bunch of different, like the dragon scale and all the different varieties of alocasias, the Jacqueline alocasia, that's a pretty alocasia. I wouldn't mind getting that. And then just having like a little pot of mixed corms and then like bringing that out for the spring and summer and putting that back in the garage in the winter. I wonder if that would work. That would be really cool. And then I'd have like a display of all the different types of alocasias, textures, leaf shapes. That would look cool. Let me know your opinions on that. And if any of you guys have done that, how does it work? Let me know. The next group of plants that I wish I could grow but can't are the Pileas. So I've had some of the aluminum plant and a couple other varieties that I can't remember right now because why would I remember them now as I'm talking about them? Anyway, but the aluminum plant, I remember having the aluminum plant, and it is very striking. It's like the dark leaves with the silver band down the middle. It's a very pretty plant, but those guys are thirsty, and I am a underwaterer. I admit it. Hello, my name is Kelly. I underwater my plants. And so that plant never is happy with me. It never lasts more than like a couple of months. And I'm also not sure if it's like a humidity thing too. They might also just require more humidity than my environment can provide. So we stay away from the Pileas. I know in some areas they grow those outdoors, and I am very jealous of those areas and those gardeners who can do that. But yeah, so we just stay away from them. The next plants that I cannot grow, though I wish I could, and I've had like multiples of them, are the lithops and split rock plants. I just cannot figure out the watering for those guys. I wait until it's shriveled, but then I'm guessing I'm waiting too long, or I give it too much water, or what, but they always rot. I have like this poor, sad excuse of a lithops right now. I'm pretty sure like 2 of the plants have already rotted out, and there's like 1 still surviving. I'll put some clips of that poor sad plant so that you can laugh at the state of my lithops. But that plant I doubt will make it through the winter, and so I'll have another planter that's empty. So we'll see. I'll get to try again, I guess. But yeah, I can't figure those guys out. Any tips or tricks, let me know in the comments below. Greatly appreciated. Maybe I should just put them in sand. I have like a little bag of sand. Should I just do that? Will that keep them alive? Okay, so the last plant type that we're gonna talk about is also a succulent. I think they're cactus. Cactus are succulents, right? But not all succulents are cactus. I think that's how that works. Anyway, they're cactus. I have two little like displays of like small cactus, and they're not doing that well. I don't think they're getting enough light even with the grow lights on them, and I want more of them, but they're a little dangerous when you have cats, dogs, little nieces and nephews, and a boyfriend who just, I don't know, he just bumps into things. So yeah, maybe when the nieces and nephews get a little older and, you know, I can kind of maybe put them somewhere the animals can't get to and the boyfriend can't flail around and hit into, I don't know. But yeah, cactus. I am jealous of Nicole at My Clean Leaves collection. She has some really cool cactus. I also see, oh, what is her name? Cacti Mama on YouTube. She also has beautiful cactuses, and I would like to have some of them, you know? I don't need all of them, but just a few. I would like to have like a nice display of cactus, maybe a large planter of it, and just like have like my own little like desert like oasis in a corner somewhere. But yeah, so those are all of the plants currently that I cannot grow in my collection that I wish I could. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this list. Are you in agreement with some of these lists? Are you kind of like, why can't you grow these, Kelly? Like, what's going on? And any tips or tricks for any of these plants so that when I eventually muster up the courage to buy them again, I am successful. So, yeah. Until next time, relax, plant, and peace out.